hello, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Lindsay and welcome to the Momlogs. Got a little bit of a different background today because I am waiting for my dog at a surgery center for her post-op appointment, and they took her in and I'm just waiting for her to come back out. So I have people on either side of me, so this isn't awkward at all. I wanted to pull a couple recipes from my menu for this week and film them for you so that you could get some dinner ideas for you and your family. I'm also going to include what I gave my kids when we have these meals. It was just tweaked a little bit just for their little taste buds. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the video with how I roll out the 2-ingredient dough for my first recipe, which will be taco pizza. And then the second recipe is everything but the bagel seasoned chicken with a scallion cream sauce. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, so while the pizza crusts are in the oven, I'm gonna go ahead and get some toppings ready for the sauce on the pizza. I'm gonna use refried beans or fat-free ones. You can use whatever you want. It's just my preference. I'm gonna use some I think it's a Great Value brand of fat-free cheddar cheese. I'm going to use some chopped up romaine lettuce, maybe some salsa or some taco sauce. I'll see what I have. I think I'm also gonna use some Morningstar Grillers crumbles in place of ground beef. So here's what the pizza crusts look like when they come out of the oven. They're kind of like fluffed up, like ballooned. So I'm gonna spread some beans on there for sauce. I just gotta open it up. I think I'm gonna heat them up for a minute or two in the microwave first so they spread a little bit easier, and then I'm just in the process of also getting my other toppings ready, but I'll show you all of that once I've got it done. All right, so these beans are really thick. They're the fat-free Ortega ones, so I'm just gonna try and spread this over my crust. I heated these up in the microwave so they're fairly hot. I had to use a wooden spatula to kind of get the air out of my crust, to flatten it down a little bit. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of my toppings. The moms seem to like what I'm giving to my kids for dinner, so I made them their own pizza crust, and the sauce on theirs is a mixture, just 1 part to 1 part cream cheese and sour cream, and then I just shredded up some Colby Jack cheese, and then the same beans that we're having with shredded cheese and sour cream on there, and then maybe some chips if they want some tortilla chips. But so this is their dinner, and I'll go ahead and get our toppings going. So I've just got Morningstar Grillers crumbles in this pan here, and I'm just gonna try my best to put it evenly on here. Oops, I forgot to shut off the oven. All right, right here I've got some red onions. Do you want red onions on yours?
Sure.
My husband's also going to have that shredded Colby Jack cheese. I have some just Picante, like mild sauce. There's no sugar added in this, so I'm not gonna count it as any points, but I'm not gonna do more than a couple tablespoons. And then this is my cheese. This is just the generic of the Kraft. It's the same point value as the like the Kraft shredded cheese. It's just a fraction of the price. So I'm gonna do about a 1/4 cup, which is 0 points. And then just some chopped up lettuce. This is romaine. And then I'm gonna go for the Taco Bell fire sauce, just a little drizzle of it. It's pretty spicy, but really good flavor. So I'll give you a shot of this before I cut it, because I'm sure it will end up not looking as pretty after I cut it. Dinner was so good. Look for what I put on my taco pizza in the description box below, as well as the points for that dinner. I think I'm gonna go ahead and film tomorrow night's dinner too, and I'll go ahead and just pick a random dinner off of the menu that I think a lot of people would like, and then I will go ahead and see you tomorrow around dinner time. Hello, it is dinner time the next day, so today's Tuesday. Tonight for dinner, I'm gonna do everything bagel seasoning chicken with a scallion cream sauce. The recipe calls to bake it, but I think I'm gonna ask my husband to grill it instead, and hopefully the seasoning doesn't fall off on the grill. And I think I'm gonna do cauliflower rice and steamed broccoli. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of prep work. I don't have enough Trader Joe's everything but the bagel seasoning, and they were out of the, I think it's like a Sam's Choice one at Walmart this past weekend, so I just kind of made my own. I can show you what I used. The only thing that is in the Trader Joe's one that I don't have is poppy seeds, and then it actually has the black sesame seeds in it, and I just had the white one, so whatever. But I'll show you what I used, and pretty much all equal parts, but I didn't use quite as much salt as I did the other seasonings. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll have this recipe, the original recipe, linked down below, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that prep work and show you what I put in my seasoning. So this is what I put together. I don't have quite enough, I don't think. I haven't measured it out, but there's really hardly anything left in here. So what I did was equal parts minced onion, minced garlic, and sesame seeds, and then just like a little bit less salt than I used of these other ingredients. And I've just got it in here, and I'll just keep this, whatever's left, I'll just dump it in there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut up my chicken. My kids are also gonna have grilled chicken, but I'm not gonna put all the seasonings on theirs. I just made some fry sauce for them to dip their grilled chicken in, and that is just equal parts ketchup and mayo, so I think they'll like that a lot. They like ketchup a lot, so I will go ahead and show all the steps as I go along, and I'll have everything linked or typed out in the description box. I've got this the Aldi version of the Land O'Lakes light butter. I need a tablespoon melted, so I'm just gonna get this out of here, and then I'm gonna pop it in the microwave just to melt it down. And then it says to baste the chicken with the butter. This was originally a keto recipe, but I'm just kind of made some substitutions with ingredients. All right, I've got my everything bagel seasoning. I used part of what was left in the bottle and then my homemade one. So I've got this ready to go. This is gonna be the seasoning for the chicken, and the butter is what is going to make the seasoning stick to the chicken. All right, so I am just doing half of this chicken. These two are gonna be just leftovers, or you know, for my kids. I don't know if they can eat all of that. These are huge pieces of chicken. So I'm just gonna dump the butter over. Kind of spread it around a little bit. And then it says to sprinkle this on. All right, and then for my kids, I think I'm just gonna do this is like an old standby for me. It's the Mrs. Dash garlic and herb seasoning. And I'm just gonna let, the chicken is like moist, so I'm just gonna let that help the seasoning stick. Honestly, they'll probably only eat this small one here. So this is all ready to go on the grill. You can bake this as well. The recipe actually calls for it to be baked, but I wanna use our grill. It just makes it easier for me. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the cauliflower rice. All right, so you can definitely just like saute or microwave your own cauliflower rice. This is just what we prefer, is to make it just taste better. So what you wanna do is just get your cauliflower cut into pieces that are gonna be manageable for your food processor. I'm just gonna put half of this head of cauliflower in. Just so it doesn't get too crowded in there. And then I'm just gonna pulse it until it looks like it's the right consistency, like rice. This is what you're looking to achieve. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in my medium skillet. If you find that you have bigger pieces left over, just toss them back in. That actually looks like it's a decent amount for us, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put the rest, my leftover cauliflower that I didn't use, and I'm gonna put it into a container to save for later. Have it with veggie dip or something. For side number 2, I'm gonna be using just some of this organic raw broccoli, and I'm gonna steam it on my stovetop with my saucepan and steam basket, and then we'll just season it with salt and pepper. I like roasted broccoli too, but I just don't feel like heating my oven up right now just to roast some broccoli, so we are just gonna do this. I think my kids prefer it steamed as well. My oldest son, Jack, says that it tastes like fire when I roast it. I think just because it has like a, you know, that roasted flavor. So that is going on the stove. Steam that up. And then for the cauliflower rice, I am, if you put some butter, melt some butter in the pan first, it does give it a richer flavor. But because I already have butter on my chicken, butter in my chicken sauce, I am just going to use some spray oil to cook this down, and I'm also going to use minced garlic and minced onion to season my cauliflower rice. And then I'll show you a trick on how I get my kids to eat the cauliflower rice. They love broccoli, but this not so much. All right, my husband's got the chicken on the grill. I'm gonna go ahead and make the sauce for the chicken. So we are going to be using, let's see, another tablespoon of butter. And then in with my butter, I'm just gonna go ahead and melt that down with 2 ounces of cream cheese. And I'm using the Philadelphia third less fat one. So it looks like that. I'm gonna melt this down to the cream cheese and butter. Whoops, that's already open. I have a half a tablespoon here. I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of half and half. It says a half a teaspoon of everything but the bagel seasoning, which I think is about what I have left. And 3 tablespoons of chopped green onions, and then you can have some green onions for a garnish. These are from the garden. They sprouted up super early this year. So I'm gonna go ahead and give these a rinse. I'm gonna turn the light on in the kitchen, so the lighting might change. Sorry. So I need 3 tablespoons just for the sauce. To cut some up, and I'll put it in this little dish here for garnish. Yum, these smell so good. So I'm gonna add this to my sauce, and then I'm gonna mix it all up. And this is, points wise, this, me and my husband can both use all of this sauce on our chicken. What that looks like. So I will use that with a spoon to serve with the chicken. So this is just gonna sit aside until I plate everything up. Okay, so for the rice, I am going to separate, let me back you up. I'm gonna separate me and my husband's cauliflower rice off, and then I'll just cover it so it stays nice and warm. I'm not gonna give the kids very much because, you know, vegetables. I'm gonna turn the heat down. So I've got the heat pretty far down. I'm just gonna take a small chunk of butter and melt it in there. This is just regular full fat sweet cream butter. I'm gonna get the butter all melted down so the rice, the cauliflower is nice and coated. And then I'm gonna sprinkle about probably a teaspoon, back you up here, a teaspoon of this Anthony's cheese powder. You can order this on Amazon. I can link it down below. I think it's like between $10 and $13 for a 1 pound bag of it, and it will last you forever. It's essentially like the Kraft mac and cheese powder. So you can make mac and cheese with it if you want. So I'm just gonna add this so it will be like cheesy rice for them, and they just like it better. So here's the kids. Grilled chicken, the fry sauce, broccoli, and the cheesy rice, the cauliflower, cheesy cauliflower rice. Hi, welcome back to my car. I'm still sitting here. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that it gave you some meal ideas for yourself and or any mouths that you have to feed. Again, all of the recipes or links to the recipes will be in the description box below, so look out for those. And if you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me in the future, don't forget to click the subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye.